Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Jones. I'm your headphone guy, and I'm also your GTA guy. So, many of you might ask the question, or might not, but if you want to know, the headphones that I use are these Philips SHP9500s. These are the headphones that I like to use for competitive gaming. And we'll start off talking about what type of headphones these are. So, the type of headphones these are they're an audiophile open back headphone. Now I know what you're thinking. How is an audiophile headphone a gaming headphone, or at least good for gaming? Well, it's not only good for gaming, it's good for music. These headphones are a very comfortable type of headphone that are meant for long use in listening to audio tracks and enjoying people's favorite music. So that's how it kind of goes along well with gaming. They're comfortable, they are very accurate, so picking up footsteps and things like that, that's what they're great for. Plus, the bonus of these SHP9500s is that they actually have a 3.5 millimeter audio jack on the side of the headphone so that you can disconnect the cable and connect any kind of cable you want. So originally these headphones come with something like a 10-foot standard auxiliary cable. What I decided to do was to go online and get the v-moda Boom Pro. And the v-moda Boom Pro, it has a 3.5 millimeter jack on it, and it plugs right into the 3.5 millimeter female jack on the headphone. So that way, when I go to wear the headphones, I have my mic set up already in line. And I play on console, so I play on Xbox One. And that makes it very easy for me to just plug this entire headset into my stereo headphone adapter on my controller. So that's really great. But also, the v-moda Boom Pro comes with a splitter in case you wanted to split it into separate mic input and headset input on a PC. So you also have that bonus. It also has inline adjustment for the Boom Pro mic where you can mute and unmute and also adjust the volume of your headset. And that's kind of a little bit of a funny thing here is you have to make sure you keep your volume up on your v-moda Boom Pro inline mic so that you can hear sounds loudly through your headset when you're plugged into an Xbox controller or however it works for PS4. So the type of headphones we said, open back audiophile. Use, I say, for gaming and for enjoying any kind of music that doesn't require heavy bass. It's not that they're a bassless headphone. They do have bass, and it's very good bass and accurate bass, but it doesn't reach down very low, and it's not over-exaggerated. So I would not consider these a bass headphone at all. So I think they would be great for rock, classical, other alternative genres that don't require large amounts of bass. Well, so on the comfort side of things, originally these headphones come with different ear pads than what I have on them. The ear pads that originally came on here were made out of a material that you would find on like a potato sack or something like that. For some people, they find them comfortable. I didn't, so I decided to go out and find these Brainwaves HM5 oval ear pads. Now, because they are oval ear pads, they don't fit these circular cups perfectly, but they do fit after stretching them just a little bit. And it wasn't like an ungodly stretch. It's a lot harder to stretch these headphone ear pads onto something like the Audio-Technica AD Open series, the Air series, where you have the AD900X and the AD700 and so on. So these were easier to do than those. What I did with these is I actually, if you can see up close, all I did was just wrap the ends of the ear pad around the outside of the cup. So it's not even really, but because it's black, it kind of blends in nicely. Really, when it comes to gaming and comfort, you're not going to care too much what you look like unless you're pro gaming out somewhere. And then you would have a closed back pair of headphones anyway. But when it comes to sound on these, like I said, they are not bass forward, that's for sure. They do have great mids pickup, or they pick up mids very well. And the high end is very good. Some people find the high end treble a little bit piercing. I found that after I changed out the pads to something like the HM5s, it adds a little bit more space in between your ear and the actual driver itself. So that helped cut down on the piercingness just because it pulls your ear away. And I think it also increased the sound stage, or how much you can hear, how wide the environment sounds inside your headphones. So I thought that really helped. These headphones come with 50 millimeter drivers, and they are angled, which is great for positional audio. So even though they're stereo headphones and they don't have multiple drivers in them like a lot of these gaming headphones these days, these are actually really good for picking up directional audio. I can hear what's in front of me, what's in back of me, what's to the side. I always know where things are at. I play Battlefield 4, I play PUBG, even Grand Theft Auto. Sometimes you need to hear directional audio, especially if you have some kind of a jet coming after you. You need to know what direction it's coming from, even before looking at your mini-map. So these are great for that. These are great for those genre musics I mentioned. And the sound quality, it is well above anything that you can pick up from your local store. Best Buy's starting to carry better audio in their Magnolia stores, but these beat anything from Meijer, Walmart. These have absolute sound quality when it comes in terms of gaming. I wouldn't spend very much more. These headphones themselves, you can find them anywhere between 50 at the lowest to 75 at the highest. The Boom Pro runs around 30, and the ear pads are usually around $20 to $30, depending on which type you choose. So these are the all velour. The all velour are good, or you can also get, if you want to slightly bump up the bass in these headphones by, say, 1.5 decibels, I mean a very slight bump in bass, then you can get the hybrid ear pads, which maintain that comfort because they still have the velour on your ears, but they also add a little bit of that vinyl material, that faux leather, and that kind of helps increase the bass. And then there's perforations in the leather inside of the ear cups to keep it so that the sound space and the sound stage still sounds nice and wide and open. So overall, you're going to spend, I see these for 55 to 60 most of the time. So let's say 60 on the worst day, plus 30, so 60, 70, 80, 90. Then you're up to 100, 110. So you're going to be 120 or under for what I think would be the best gaming headset on the market. And you can spend a lot more money on headphones that don't sound any better. So $130 right now gets you a pair of Audio-Technica AD900Xs. See, I also own AD900Xs, and I usually choose these over those. I do choose those sometimes just for that throwback and just because they have the slightly different headband style that I like. But the headband on this headphone is great. It's this, it's also kind of that burlap material, but it's softer than I think the ear cups was, and it has tons of padding, and the headband is very, very wide. And speaking of headband, the build on these is great too. It just has a little bit of swivel, and even after changing the headbands, the ear pads, the headband, the ear cups, whatever you want to call it, they still swivel. So that's great. And the build quality is great. You got great adjustment, lots of adjustment, even with numbers. So if you wanted to remember where your favorite adjustment was at, you can do that. So if it comes to my recommendation, I recommend these headphones. I recommend them with the Brainwaves ear pads, and I recommend them with the v-moda Boom Pro if you're going to be gaming with them. Now, if you're not gaming with them, the mic or the cord that it comes with is perfect. It's perfectly fine. It's super long, so if you need to reach across the room, then it's easy. If you wanted to pick up a shorter cord, then you could go for one of v-moda's aftermarket cords, or some other company like Status Audio, or just your random aux cord from Walmart. So if you wanted to get like a 3-foot or a 4-foot cord. So overall, in the end, type, open, good for classical and rock music or gaming in this matter, because I use them for gaming. It's my recommended gaming headset. Use, you got it. Comfort, pitch perfect after you do the things that I said to do them. And sound, phenomenal for their price range. It'll beat anything in its price range. and it'll compare to anything that's around $200. I mean, I'm even talking about Sennheiser HD 598s and whatever the new 599s and the 579s that they've come out with. So I give these an A+. So if you needed a recommendation and you needed one more recommendation to really put you over the edge, I hope this is the one. If you want to look up, in the description down below, you can find the best place to get them. Usually it's Amazon. Sometimes it's Newegg. If this is a link to Amazon that I put below in the description below, then you can go there and then also price check with Newegg, because I've seen a lot of deals on Newegg lately. So this is Mike Jones, your headphone guy and also your GTA guy now. So this is a review. Peace.